this right back, Charlie. Against this right back, Charlie. Against this right back, Charlie.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Actually, people deluded. Make sure you get your Trapaholic keys, man. www.trapaholic.co.uk. Come on, man. Make sure you get it, man. Don't miss out. Come on. Day up. Look, it's all matching and shit. I've seen.
Because you always use that active red light defenders. I think it's like. Because you always use that active red light defenders. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Are we live? I think we are live. Let's remove this. As you can see, it's still early in the morning. Apologies for being a few moments late. But anyways, people deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for joining me each and every time. As usual, your support is appreciated, whether you're locked in via YouTube and Twitch. Again, I'm not just saying it because it seems, you know, for you lot who consume content, it seems like just something content creators say. But honestly, man, I have to give you lot your dues, man. You lot are here every day. You're offering opinions. The banter's top notch. The talking points while the stream's going on. If there's emerging news, you're there. Again, keep that up, people. Smash the like button. Just from hitting the like button and subscribing, you're boosting the engagement and the analytics, and it's, you know, every little helps to try and spin that YouTube algorithm. So yeah, man, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases good night. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope you all had a great week in your personal and private lives. Hope you and your loved ones are all healthy and fit and things like that. And as usual, one love for tuning in, people. So yeah, man, obviously where Arsenal are concerned, there's still the Pedro Netos, all of them things. When we get to 200 likes, we'll look at that sort of stuff. I want to across the course of today look at the general news going on in the transfer window. Obviously, Aubameyang could be going to Chelsea, and all depends how you look at it, because a lot of fans, rightly so, you can be angry, you can not care, everyone's allowed their opinion, but I just find it funny how I'm speaking about the general casual fan. Everybody said Aubameyang's past it, he's this, that, and the other, and I'm not saying he is or isn't, but them same people are going absolutely bonkers that he's going to Chelsea. It don't really make sense to me. Like, first and foremost, the man owes Arsenal Football Club nothing. You know, he didn't grow up in the academy. He didn't grow up in Islington or anything like that. It's a job. End of the day, the club throws him out. He was the captain. He signed a new deal. He was obviously, he's not going to sign that deal when he did if he didn't see himself completing himself, being here at Arsenal and seeing out his career here. Obviously, he spoke of being an Arsenal legend. Don't think he's quite done that, but he definitely is a fan favourite. Clearly happy in London, adored by fans and even so, within reason with what's gone on with Arteta. His contract got ripped up. Obviously, the time contexts are different, but, you know, talking about mashing up wages and that, Barca have had him for about 6 months. They're going to get 30 million euros on a past-it player. What could that 30 million have done for us? See why you can't waffle about saved wages. Aubameyang owes us nothing. You know, I hope he goes to Chelsea and stinks up the place for obvious reasons, but I'm not really vexed about it because, you know, the club did him dirty. He don't owe Arsenal no loyalty, but, you know, it is what it is. It's a business. You know, obviously, when the dust is settled, man still got love for Cesc Fabregas and them sort of things. You know, he's happy in London. He knows Thomas Tuchel. You know, there's an opportunity to be a striker at Chelsea because they don't have a striker. As much as you want to waffle about Havertz and Sterling, they could have a striker. He could get a decent wage as well, a decent signing on fee. You have to think financially. Obviously, it's a bit mad to see your Barca career done in a Capri Sun sort of length of time, but He don't owe us nothing, and he has my blessing. He can go do his thing, man. I hope he, gets back to the Aubameyang that he is. I just hope that he plays shit for 2 games in particular. It's gonna be a bit mad because he's got the Arsenal tattoo on, but it is what it is, people. He don't owe us nothing. The club throws him out. Let me know your opinions. I know some people definitely don't feel that sort of way. 12 watching, 12 likes. That's what I want to see. Keep it going. What you telling me, people? Hope everyone is good. DG. Bless up, people. Slap the like button on the way and appreciate that, Maverick and Mega G and everybody else tuned in. You lot are gassing me. Still morning, broski. So yeah, man. Shout the Nightbot. Get your DG merch as such. I would be peed off if he goes to Chelsea and balls out, but as long as we are handling business, that's all that matters. Man was froze out, so why hate on him? Amen. DG, you quaking in your boots? No. I've seen Van Persie go to United. I've seen Cesc Fabregas go. I've seen Nasri snake it. And, there's just probably way too much worth anything. I'm more annoyed that Omari Hutchinson went to Chelsea over Aubameyang. Like I said, if it was up to me, you would have loved to have seen a resolution with Aubameyang and whatnot. I don't know if that would have impacted getting Gabriel Jesus, which it shouldn't have, because the minute Aubameyang signed that new deal, you needed to begin the what's the word I'm looking for, the phrase I'm looking for, like the hunt or the pursuit of that new striker, really. In the same way I look at someone like Granit Xhaka, big character on and off the field, but you look at the maths, again, 29, he's still got many years, but he's 29, contracted until 2024, whether he plays as a deep line playmaker, as a more advanced midfielder, any of them sort of things, he's vital to the team. Don't wait until he wants to leave or time catches up with people before they move him on. The minute Aubameyang signed that deal, within that period, the year got in the build up to it, and the years that followed, we should have been looking for a striker, really and truly. So it is what it is, really. Aubameyang owes us nothing. He doesn't, Again, he could have bust out when things were worse. It is what it is. It's a job. The club threw you out. What? You want man to say, I'm not going to go to Chelsea if Barca say you're selling me just because I got allegiance to Arsenal? Again, everyone's allowed their opinion, but I'm speaking more about the general casual fan who just lives in hot take land. They were saying he's such a great character. He could have left. He could have left. He didn't. He kept going when his contract was running out, and then them same people said, "Oh yeah, man, bad attitude. He's past it. Should have never given him a new deal." And for me, them fans that cried about him being past it and ruining his deal, you can't get vexed. Man went to Chelsea then, because by your logic, he's past it. He's going to be wasting wages and things like that. Hopefully, Aubameyang goes there and stinks up the joint, but it is what it is. No hate for Oba. All the best. Do your thing. Exactly that. Buenos dias, my guy. Hope you're doing well and safe. Aubameyang to Chelsea ain't a snake thing. He gets Champions League football in the biggest league. Good wage. No brainer for him. Exactly. It's not like he's forced the bar out. Barca want to sell him. Plus, it's not like he did the direct thing. Just like with Cesc Fabregas. Wenger says that it was the move to Chelsea was done already. Cesc says that there was no offer on the table, bro. Them man are winning stuff. Go and do it. If I'm an Arsenal footballer and I'm an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, brother, by all stretch of the imagination, I would do this Arsenal thing. But if I was in Aubameyang's shoes or Cesc Fabregas' shoes or anyone, I'm listening to what Chelsea have to say. I'm listening to what Man United have to say. Can't even lie to you. Like, I'm listening to what Spurs have to say, potentially under Conte and things, if they all offer me things and whatnot. It's a business, really and truly. Once you get into that world, you need to remove romance, because the same rope you climb up on, the same rope they'll hang you with. And when you look at Arsenal, the hottest loves have the coldest ends. You look at Van Persie, somebody said Cesc Fabregas. I mean, not Cesc Fabregas, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil. You look at how it starts and how it ends. Definitely during this Emirates era, it's been a bit mad still. It's been very mad how it's kind of ended. But it is what it is. 39 likes, people. It's looking like it's going to be a struggle, ain't it? Gherkin, what a name. But nonetheless, appreciate you for subscribing, my bro ski, man. Resubscribing, better yet. And nice to know you've been supporting the thing from one day. Chelsea rule London, Chelsea for life. Broski, be easy, because when they start losing, you, Raheem Sterling, Fofana, Aubameyang, boy, don't call on the culture to support you lot. All that, yes, master, you're gone. Saying that Chelsea want to give man a job, man, to do this thing. But yeah, man. Good morning, brother. Watching you from Liberia. Thanks for the great job. I appreciate that. And shout out you, man. I hope he's successful at Chelsea, except games against us. I mean, I hope he stick up the place. But I would like to see it, bro. I want to see a bad man with a smile on his face, man. Really and truly. The only thing I'm vexed about is obviously Arsenal can't predict the future and the contexts are different. But we was told there's no market for this guy. boom, 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 this, that, the third. Some man are getting 30. Someone's willing to pay 30 million. Somebody is willing to pay 30 million. Someone's able to sell him for 30 million. I know it's not exactly 100% profit when you factor in wages and things like that. But for someone they had for 6 months, they've got Lewandowski shifting on Aubameyang. It is what it is, really. And again, maybe you have to ask the question: Did it need to happen that way with Aubameyang? Did it need to get like this? Could you have loaned him out and then revisited the situation now, where maybe Arsenal could sell him to Chelsea, rightly or wrongly, or whatever? It is what it is, though, man. I guess we'll never know. Again, it's not over to the fat lady sings. You know, if you don't want him to go to Chelsea, he's been linked with United. I don't quite think that they're quite as heavy on him as that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, imagine though, in 6 months he spent at Barca, he managed to recoup them 30 million euros. How much was he worth in Jam for Arsenal? Not enough, because they tore up the deal and it seemed like there was no way back, really. And the All or Nothing documentary, the only thing we learned for me is that I don't think Edu really wanted to do it to a degree. I don't think Tim Lewis did. I think Arteta was a bit sad it had to get like that. But all we learned is that there's been a misdemeanor of offences sort of thing, really and truly. We didn't really know what was going in there. When you contrast that to Jose Mourinho and Danny Rose in Spurs is All or Nothing, you can see what I think. So it's still an air of judgment. I mean, the best revenge is success, which I hope he gets personal success, not collective success at Chelsea. But, you know, got a lot of time for Aubameyang, man. Big up DG. People need to pass the Aubameyang train now. We've got Jesus. People crying over spilt milk. Even Aubameyang got frozen out. He was declining. He was sluggish and lazy. I don't quite agree with sluggish and lazy. Potentially declining, but he's going to score goals at Barcelona. He'll probably score goals for Chelsea. But you are right. It's been there, done that. It is what it is, really and truly. There's nothing more you can really say on it, really. You said it all there. Aubameyang to Chelsea reaction. I can't lie, people. You know, on that, I got there's some breaking news on my part, people. Sorry, people. As you lot know, I've been waiting an eternity for this. It's finally here. It's finally here. The pink shirt is finally here, people. I ordered it on. What's the date? What's the date, folks? Let me pre this. I ordered it on specifically the 20th. Bloody hell, time flies, isn't it? I ordered it on the 29th of June. That's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's about 4 weeks. Touching 3 weeks, just shy of a month. But we finally got here in the end, man. So we might as well do some unboxing or unpacking or whatever they call it. You know, I should have watched a couple. You can't even say females these days. A couple girls, YouTubers to see how you do this unboxing stuff, man. 44 million, too much for Morgan Gibbs White, brother. Football's going mad, you know. Football's going mad. It's going mad. 45 million for Gabriel Jesus or something like that. 40 odd million for Gibbs White. It's mad. It's very mad. But again, I'm not shocked because Gylfi Sigurdsson went for 50 million. It's not about quality again, bro. It's what you can hustle now. It's all mad. It's all mad. Pink shirt and everyone's wavy, man. Killer kiting. If you know, you know. You know. My favorite color is blue, but I do like to wear pink, man. You know, you got to be good looking for that act, man. I hear you, though. Man said, open it, bro. Make sure it's the right thing. Arsenal moving mad. They might have sent you the home kit or something. Don't say that, man, bro. You're scaring me. I'm going to stop looking at your comments. But, yeah, let's open this thing and see what's going on. Yeah, at least we're off to a great start. Hope there's no holes in it or anything like that. So, as you look can see, it's dead there. Pink and that. Wait so long to get you, you know. You're welcome. Many more successes, brother. But, yeah, man, let's open this thing. Grace. Try to open it properly. I don't even know how you do this unboxing business. But yeah, as you lot can see, that's how it came in the pack. Obviously. First thoughts. Not really a fan of the dot things. These, I don't know if you lot can see it, but these little faint dot things like here and that. But it's calm. You know, DG13, you know, that's me. You know, obviously, I do like the color. Blue is my favorite color, as I said. And you've got that there, you know. End plastic waste, so this must be some sustainability thing. It was made in Georgia, so yeah, man. Is there any? It's not quite as detailed as the home shirt. Nothing really that stands out, really, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, man, it's looking wavy. I'll give you a lot of 12 and that. What was? But I'll give you a lot of whatever. You know, Obviously, 3 stripes and that. Let's try this shit on. Let's try this shit on. Let's try this shit on, man. Hey, yo, finally got it, man. Finally got it, man. I've waited time for you, you know. You don't even understand how much I've waited for you, man. Why is Emirates spelled wrong? Look at this guy, man. Hey, man. Come on. Waiting on the black kit, not even dispatched yet. To be fair, when I was on the phone to Arsenal, they were saying it's a Royal Mail thing, but obviously people always going to shift the blame to other people. But yeah, let's slap this on. Slap this thing on. And obviously I can't learn, man. 1 sec, this is mashing up, man. Pull that off quickly. But yeah, man. And as you can see, it's looking wavy and that, isn't it? Obviously, good looks sold separately. You know, you can't drip like this, but you can wear the shirt and try a thing. It's calm, innit? But yeah, man, I fuck with it still. This is, you get me? Man can. You're here, man. You know how long I waited for this? You're here, man. The set is complete. I can't lie. I think this is the kit now, you know. I think this is the kit. Where's my black one? Is it in the wardrobe? Where is my black kit? Hey, yo, where? Hey, man. That flopped this set, but I don't know where the black shirt is right now, people. But yeah, it completes the set. Really. Completes the set. So yeah, man. I'd say this is first. I don't know if the black one's better. Do you know what? I'd say this is first, then the black one now that I've seen them, and then the red one is last. But they're all wavy, man. Fade sold separately, 100%, man. Birds right to Arsenal. You heard it here first. I just moved to Ajax still, my brother. But yeah, man. We finally got the shirt. You know, let me put this away, Carl. You're not needed to be on right now. That was that. No need to get all my debut tomorrow, but I'm not doing a watch along tomorrow. There will be a reaction on Sunday at some point, people. Just a spoiler alert across Twitch and YouTube. Obviously, Sunday there's Leeds, Chelsea, Newcastle City. So yeah, I'll be doing a watch along for them 2 games. Make up the difference because I let you lot down by not doing a watch along for Bournemouth. Then obviously on Monday it's Man United, Liverpool. We're watching that as well. Obviously when we play Fulham, I won't be doing a watch along for that either. But then we return for, in fact, I might be, you know, because Dreamland's acting up, moving the venue and that. But we'll be back properly where Arsenal watch alongs are concerned on the 31st of August, people. But yeah, man, it is what it is in that regard, you know, wavy kit and that. So yeah, man, it's very nice on you. I hear that. I appreciate that, man. Hope you don't do a Curtis and get vexed and rip up the pink shirt. Curtis must have peas, bro, because, you know, big up Curtis, sure, but that's it. I'm not on that at all. Curtis must have peas, boy. These kits are way too expensive for me to get emotional and rip up kits, but you lost it. I'd rather smash it. Also, DG also ordered the socks and shorts, man. That me just didn't show us how. I'll never be a full kit wanker, man. You going crazy. N plastic. Bellerin, Defo Bellerin idea. To be fair, sustainability and that. Black kit is the beast. I hear that. So yeah, man, lovely to have it here. Beautiful, like you said, lovely to have it here. So yeah, man, back on task with what's going on though. What are you lot saying in relation to Arsenal, people? We get to 200 likes, we get up in Arsenal's business, really. 60 likes, so we're not off to a great start. It's a tough crowd today, isn't it, mate? But yeah. You might as well, what was I going to do? You might as well preview Arsenal Bournemouth in just a second, people. So, yeah, man. Big up yourself, my guy. Aubameyang's gone to Chelsea. Snaky, can't see him doing well there either. Hopefully he wears the number 9. We saying curse to the 9. I wouldn't say it's snaky. What is he snaked? If anything, Arsenal snaked Aubameyang. He left like a coward, bro. A bit like Ozu. He had to leave like some cowardly backdoor thing, really. You know? He's been sold. He got sold down the river, really. Football kits end up costing the same as designer when you add up all the extras like badges and names. Nah. Well, maybe a designer tee. You getting any other kits from other teams, or do you not do that? Obviously not Prem. Maybe, man, but I normally wait till the other kits are on sale, man. I can't lie to you, bro. It already costs an arm and a leg doing up this Arsenal thing. Aubameyang needs to do to Chelsea what Willian done to us. DJ, I'm not believing the Casemiro stuff, bro. You're getting Casemiro, bro. you're getting Casemiro. In fact, let's look at general transfer news as well, man. 2050 general transfer news. So not Arsenal related necessarily. So yeah, man, keep your opinions on what not coming in, people. I thought we might as well look at what's generally going on in the world of football. Really, shit sounds in my eye. But yeah, let's start with the Athletic, man. Normally, you know, I'm cheating the game a bit because this is normally my morning reading. After I read what's going on in the economy and the markets and all of them sort of things, we naturally go over to football. Chelsea are prepared to sanction Trevor Chalobah loan amid Premier League in Serie A interest. Apparently, he's been linked with Inter. I mean, it makes sense because they're trying to revamp their defense. Trevor Chalobah is a decent squad player, but you might not get significant minutes, so go and do your thing. Pardon me. Allegedly, Conte has played down injury fears over Christian Romero, people who's allegedly been out for been ruled out for four weeks. I can't lie, if you're a Spurs fan, check that yourself. I don't care enough for that. Casemiro is the transfer main focus for Manchester United before the window shuts. I think it's a good signing. Are they potentially overpaying for a 30-year-old? Is there a risk of, in a couple of years, him declining? Do you have questions about the consistency of Man United's transfer policy? Of course, but he helps their midfield. He can't do it alone, but he is better than him with either McTominay or Fred is better than, you know, anything that they can currently put together. You know, saying that, you know, you could have him, Eriksen, Bruno looks a bit better in there, really. I think they need two midfielders. Obviously, Rabiot and De Jong doesn't look like it's working. Casemiro, he's a household name in football. You know, he's a lovely technical fouler. I don't know if the Premier League will catch up on that. Brazilian biased. It's a role they need. Obviously, if Casemiro was in his mid-20s, it'd be even better. But I think they could do a lot worse. I have to question why he's signing for them. You know, Man United's a club that, respectfully, regardless of what they're doing, you know what they bring to the table, innit? You know, historically, Real Madrid, Man United's up there with Real Madrid and them things there. And in his career, to say you played for both of them, to say you experienced the Premier League, to go with your Real Madrid, former Real Madrid teammates, I can't begrudge it. You're going to earn a mad load of money. Your weekly wage is probably going to be a lot more than you're on at Madrid. You're going to get a decent signing on. Financial security. At the end of the day, he's 30. I know people hear these numbers and start getting giggity and crying and things, but, you know, he's still got a lot to give. But at 30, there's not too many opportunities to get a big deal or whatever in it. He's a footballer for, a couple of years. You know what I mean, innit? He's going to need, you know, it's all about wealth and that. So for Man United, it's a good signing, but it's just a star in it. Beyond that, they need to know how it works. And to be honest with you, Eriksen has been dying in that DM position. I don't know what they're trying to do. So bring Casemiro in. Apparently, he has given positive indications of his desire to join United, who are willing to make the 30-year-old one of their top earners, people. The deal between them is progressing. As we learned yesterday, United delegation traveled to Madrid for talks. The man wants to go. There's even rumors he's saying his goodbyes at the training ground. For Real Madrid, I wouldn't say they're laughing, but they're moving on a player. They're getting rid of his wages. They've got Camavinga, Valverde, Tchouaméni that could all come into the fore. Obviously, they've been linked with Jude Bellingham and all them sort of kind of midfielders. So they're looking for a next one, really. They get him off the wages. But again, in terms of helping you get Champions League, you're significantly weaker. I won't lie. I do question Casemiro's motivation. I do think the law of the Premier League, the chance to help United get back to what they were doing, you know, I do think that's all of that. But I do think this is motivated by money. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. No one could tell Casemiro nothing. You know, if man want to make peas, he can make peas. In our jobs, you know, would I like to earn a lot more money on Twitch and YouTube? Of course. Would you lot in your jobs? Of course. I can't begrudge a man for wanting to do this. And it's a name brand thing to say he played there, really. The man's pedigree is ridiculous. 5 Champions Leagues, La Liga titles, Club World Cups. He's been there, done it. He's wore the T-shirt, innit, really. Recruiting him may also help United to unlock Fred's full potential. And Eriksen. They've also been linked with Anthony, people, but again, they've had a 80 million euro bid rejected, allegedly. I mean, I wonder if they've told him Manchester isn't London, but I hear that. Does he know what Manchester club he's joining? I don't know, but it's up to him. I mean, that's for later. Get to 200 likes. We look at the Arsenal news. Bro, 300k, so mad thing. United scouting department non-existent has been for a while. And I'd say that's the only criticism of this. It's like Casemiro needs no introduction, but it seems like United's transfer policy is all over the place. And you could do a lot worse than bringing in De Jong, bringing in Casemiro. All the baggage Rabiot comes with, you could do a lot worse. But it don't look like there's a structure really. And I don't think signings like this have helped Ten Hag, but they haven't helped Ten Hag. You know, the only thing I think Ten Hag is guilty of at United at this moment in time is naivety. I think he's put too much trust in certain players. I think because everyone thinks it's the other manager, innit? I think he's thought some of these men are not bad. It's just I need to work with them. I think that's the only thing he's guilty of. But then again, you can only work with what you've got in it. I don't think the deals above him, the Glazers, anyone, apart from spending money, the overall structure of United is appalling on and off the field. You know, that's why beyond everything, they're not getting closer to Liverpool, definitely City. But it's a step in the right direction for him. 4-year deal at 30 years of age, bro. At any club, you're going to take that. I know people see 30 and get mad, but bro, how long? There's bare old good Dons doing good stuff. It's all about how he looks after himself. And I'm not going to sit here and cap. I don't know how he looks after himself, but you wouldn't last at Real Madrid for this many years if you wasn't doing what you need to do in it. So I think it's a wavy signing. You know, he's one of the highest earners at Madrid. United's offer is not close to doubling your money package. I mean, that's probably a lie. It clearly is, no matter how you do it. The deal is not yet completed, but it's understood to be proceeding at a good speed. United are now confident of signing the player with a medical set in the next few days, people. Apparently, he'll earn similar to what De Gea earns. You know, United probably have to get rid of De Gea very shortly. Apparently, if they qualify for the Champions League, you'll get an uplift as well. So I can't begrudge him for wanting to do this thing. United have revived their Anthony interest, but face transfer challenge after 80 million bid rejected. I don't know what one's more silly. Anthony looks wavy, but 80 million for someone that ain't bagged double figures consistently in Eredivisie, it's a madness. And especially because Ajax already kind of zanged you for Rey Mysterio. Or is it Ajax for rejecting that? You know, you probably will get that again. And to be honest with you, who would you go and buy that's going to impact? But you'd imagine the scouting thing. I don't know really, but yeah, it don't look like the Anthony one is happening. Again, madness. What Nottingham Forest have agreed a deal to sign Morgan Gibbs White. Absolute madness. You probably do at this moment in time before he's kicked the ball. Casemiro is the best defensive mid in the team, man. He comes with a lot of pedigree. There's not a team in the league. What he does at United, the United Casemiro is completely different to what I might see at Madrid. I can't talk until a man's actually played, but yeah, he walks into every team, quality player. You know, what I will say is if you're around joke man, you become a joke man as well, as you've seen with Ronaldo and Varane. So he can't do it alone. What United need to do is it's not even Ten Hag. Like, they need to get in proper tools to work with, proper players to work with. You know, I'm not even a United fan, but with Casemiro, when I do my watch-alongs for United, hopefully that means you see less of Scott McTominay. I can't lie, it pees me off seeing him. He's everything that's wrong with English football. I'll be real with you lot. Because he flies into tackles and hurts people, he gets it. There's passion. There's all of these sort of things. And hopefully he gets his little squad role where you play Europa League group stages. You come on last 10 minutes and so. I still think I'd be putting Eriksen next to Casemiro unless you bring a next on in, purely because Bruno's going to play. But yeah, man. Rodri's clear for the modern day. Casemiro can't pass. That's a lie. Casemiro can pass the ball. It's not wavy, but he can pass the ball. I can't lie to you. Partey is not talking to Casemiro at all. Like I said, we need to see the United one. Well, I don't Brazil bias now. You know, I'm an Arsenal man. Well, apart from the mad thing, I like what Partey was doing on the field, but he ain't done much. Again, the United Casemiro might be very different from the Madrid one, but yeah, man, it's crazy. You know. It's just one piece to the puzzle, though. I prefer him in his prime to Rodri. Rodri's wavy as well. And I hear the agendas. I hear it. It's United versus Arsenal. But come on, man. We can't stop lying. In relation to this, people get to 200 likes and we go through that. I'm reserving that for Arsenal, the Arsenal news and things like that, people. It's a bit like AFC. We fix our problems and then another one pops up straight away. Like we need another midfielder because Pogba left. Looking forward to seeing Zinchenko in midfield. Xhaka's chatting so much these days. I'm scared we won't bring in a midfielder. There's a reason Casemiro benches Fabinho. I mean, Brazil, where, you know, we got lit guys, you know, who can talk. There's not a team Casemiro can't get in at this moment in time in the Premier League. He starts for City. Come on, be real. He takes Rodri's place. I can't lie to you. He can do what my man does, you know. Tiny Fernandinho. He obviously starts at Arsenal and United. He starts at Spurs. It's not a team he don't play. And he starts at Liverpool. Stop the cap, you know. Probably in world football, to be honest. There's not a team you don't get into. Brazil bias, I don't mind this. It's our year. You know, it's our year, man. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We'll have to see. Time is whatever. He doesn't start for City. He does, man. Him and Rodri is like that. Come on now. You think Casemiro can't do what Rodri's doing? You know, Rodri can pass the ball, but man start acting like it's Luka Modric passes. And man start acting like Casemiro's a scrub. You know, man start acting like Rodri's up here, Casemiro's down there. Come on now. Let's stop acting. Definitely he's better than Rodri defensively, as good as Rodri is. Rodri does go to sleep at times, man. Allow it, bro. I'm not here to back him, but let's not lie to ourselves, man. Nah, Casemiro is hiding in the build-up for Madrid. You're next to flipping Luka Modric and Kroos, bro. You're a piano pusher in that midfield. Listen, he don't play for United. I don't give a crap, bro. Well, man are capping, bro. Man are capping. You know, that's actually a United player that could start for City. I remember when United fans were capping saying Bruno Fernandes starts at City and he's world-class, but crazy, man. What I would say is evidently they need more than that in it because it's a shiny new toy. It's a wavy signing, but they've been here before with Alexis, with Pogba, with Ronaldo last year. They need more. One man can't move it across really and truly. Casemiro is one of the dirtiest players out there. He'll fit right in at City because they do that a lot. Defensively is better, but everything else, Rodri is clear. Rodri can pass, bro. I like Rodri's passing's mad wavy. Like you can go and check my videos on Rodri. I wanted him way before City was a thing. Don't act like his passing is clear of Casemiro's. He can pass the ball, Spanish bias and that. But have you not seen Casemiro ball out? I'll let the talk do it, man. Like I said, I don't quite frankly give a crap, but yeah, man. And you need that. He might get bagged like Xhaka in this division when you come in with a reputation. But yeah, and I hope he crumbles. But yeah, man, Fabinho and Rodri both better. Woof. I mean, Fabinho's my guy, Rodri's my guy. They're all in the same realm. No one's clear of each other. If Rodri can start at City, so can Casemiro. If Fabinho can start at Liverpool, so can Casemiro. You know, and I can't lie to you. I bet a week ago, some of you lot were saying completely different. Obviously, it's going to be very different seeing him under the carpet, under the lights in the Premier League. When you're watching someone week in, week out, it's very different. But yeah, man, is what it is. Fernandinho was the master. Without Casemiro, Madrid ain't winning that Champions League final. He took over that midfield. Why did they go for Rabiot before him? Two different profiles. I don't know. You'd have to take that with Man United fans. 99 likes. People keep running that up, please. It's a struggle, but nonetheless, let's look at some other news. What's going on in the world of transfers, people? What's this? Oh well, I can't see what it is. Keep your opinions coming, people. I ain't airing no one. FIFA Casemiro, if deal gets completed, will be 60 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons, 4-year contract plus the option of a fifth. Bro, I have to rate Casemiro. You know, clearly this is money motivated. I'm not saying Ten Hag didn't gas you, that your ex-Madrid brethren didn't gas you. You don't want to play in the Premier League. You're not enticed by a new challenge. You know, you want to try something else. I'm not degrading none of that, but come on, bro. Man are getting a mad signing on fee. Dons are getting basically a 5-year contract at 30 years of age. One of the top earners. It makes sense. Like I said, he's 30. Obviously, it's not an age thing. Everyone sees 30 and starts crying. But, bro, you can't. That's fine. Serious financial security. Not that he was lacking that at Madrid, because I'm sure he signed a new deal not too long ago. But come on now. This is money motivated, bro. There's no way you want to leave sunny Spain, rock up to Manchester, Gary Neville chatting shit about you lot all the time, you know. You seeing how Ronaldo is. I'm sure they got the Madrid group chat. You know his peak. Like, you know his peak. But maybe it's time to cash out and ball out. And there's bare Brazilian man and Spanish dons that he probably knows over there between Liverpool and City and United. You know, can link up with them, take a couple day trips down to London, link up Gabriel Jesus and the rest of them. It's cool, man. It just, come on now. You can't say this ain't financially motivated. Then there's nothing wrong with that. Let's look at the transfer news as well. Dortmund for Ronaldo, bro. Ronaldo is catting for Champions League, innit? That's looking like a myth. Apparently, well, see, you know. Carlo Ancelotti has spoken. He said the midfield of Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro has been very, very important for Madrid. Casemiro's teammates respect him and his decision. They love him. The club loves him. Casemiro will not play on Saturday. We have signed Tuchemani. He's one of the best on the market. Then we have Kroos and Camavinga. Yesterday, I realized it was a real thing. My plans won't change. Casemiro wants to leave. I respect it. It is what it is. So, yeah, you're cutting out, man. Do your thing. Morgan Gibbs' wife, fuck, 42 million quid. Where's Nottingham Forest getting these P's from? Newcastle only want quality players. Do they want you? Apparently, Madrid can forget about Guimaraes. Obviously, Eddie Howe looks stressed. They're still working on transfers. Leicester are planning to open formal talks over James Maddison. As you know, he's got 2 years left on his deal. Emerson to West Ham could be back on. Valverde said, I want Casemiro to stay at Madrid. No, you don't, because you get more football, you muppet. Shut up with all that nonsense, man. Again, United have had an 80 million euro offer refused by Ajax. So it's all a madness. Obviously, where Aubameyang is concerned, that's the preview we're going to do soon. Chelsea are working on a deal to sign Aubameyang from Barcelona. Chelsea will continue to hold talks this week over a deal to sign Barca striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. As you know, he moved in January to the Camp Nou, but things changed. They brought a bag of players in. They brought in Lewandowski. Things happen in it, so your time could be done. Apparently, Xavi wants to keep him, but 30 million for a player that was past it and all these things, who's earning decent wages, you could move him on really and truly, if you're honest with you. As you know, London aspect, working with Thomas Tuchel, there's a striking position there. You know, Chelsea could have him as a bridge player, 18 months, 2 years, while they assess a more long-term striking target. It makes sense, in it. Premier League proven, as some people like to sit there and say. It makes sense, in it, really and truly. Did he not have beef with Aubameyang at Dortmund? But as Tuchel said, he said some players, even when they don't play for you, are still our players, isn't it? 90-minute understands Chelsea will hold talks with Barca this week in a bid to lure him back to the Prem. They've scheduled a meeting with his reps to gauge whether or not he's prepared. Aubameyang has not indicated a desire to join Chelsea at this stage. But, I mean, if Barca say you got to go, you don't have to go, but you got to go, innit? He's valued at around 20 million quid, it says here, people. Bracy. So we'll have to see what happens there. Frank LeBouf fears Aubameyang will flop at Chelsea because of Thomas Tuchel. Let's see exactly what he has said here, people. I have some question marks. He's over 30, and the last 2 years haven't been very good for him in terms of goals and consistency. I have a lot of respect for his father, who was a former teammate. I followed Pierre-Emerick's career in Dortmund and then Arsenal. He's a fantastic player, but I want to see before judging. It depends on Tuchel's decision and how he wants to play. If it's like against Spurs with the rotation up front, we don't know who plays in the middle or the side. I don't think it's going to work, and I don't think it would be useful to have Aubameyang. I mean, he can play out wide as well. If you play like you should have played with Lukaku, meaning with a real striker and serving him, it could be interesting, which I think they should. But Aubameyang is a bit similar to Lukaku in that they're service-reliant strikers, really. I do think Aubameyang's general player, link-up play is twice that of Lukaku's. But, yeah, you get the point. Barca don't think it's viable to keep a striker of Aubameyang's caliber on the bench for the majority of the season, as Lewandowski will play most matches, allegedly, people. Aubameyang's meeting with Chelsea yesterday was very positive. Personal terms won't be an issue. Chelsea now need to hold talks with Barca as they consider the 30 million euro price tag too high. Smash the like button, folks. Big up you lot tuned in across Twitch and YouTube. Again, we're at 114 likes. Keep going. We're almost at 200, folks. One love. So, yeah, we're not quite in preview mode. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang update. Been told meeting with Chelsea on Tuesday was very positive. Personal terms won't be an issue. Chelsea and Aubameyang's camp are on the same page about contract. It's now time for talk with Barca. 30 million price tag considered too high. So that just tells you it's just a matter of the contract, really and truly, you know. I mean, contract. It's a matter of a bid agreeing a fee with Barcelona. Let's see exactly what Fabrizio Romano has said. Obviously, Ancelotti's confirmed that Casemiro is dipping. Dortmund have poured cold water on Cristiano Ronaldo rumours. You know, that Kasai guy from Inter Milan, the youngster for Chelsea, has completed his medical as he's completing his move over them sides. Brendan Rodgers in relation to Fofana and Maddison. There are talks for Maddison new deal. I'm sure the club would want to extend James's contract. Both sides have to be able to find an agreement. Fofana is not for sale. The club have made that clear. Unless anything changes on that, I would expect him to be here. And he's not going to say anything different, is he, with the rumours that are going on. Barca are not discussing with United for Deluded. While Munir deal is still quiet, apparently they want Foyth, former Spurs lad. Trevor Chalobah could be departing on loan. Cody Gakpo remains someone United are looking at. Right, I can't say his name. Orizola. I can't say his name, but he was on loan at Fiorentina, former Madrid boy, or still Madrid boy. He's been linked with Nottingham Forest. How much players are they going to buy? Crazy. Don't appear like there's anything else of significance. Newcastle trying to sign João Pedro, people. Watford want 30 million. Timber signed the new deal at Ajax, protecting his resale value. Ndombele and Lo Celso are moving closer to leaving. Apparently, Pape Sarr, who they signed from Mets and loaned him back, could head out on loan as well. So, yeah, man. Apparently, Rodgers said there have been no further bids for Wesley Fofana from Chelsea. 100% prepared to take Fofana out of the squad this weekend if he wasn't in the right mindset. So, yeah, people, that seems to be that. Obviously, Liam Delap has followed in his father's footsteps and has gone on loan to Stoke. So, another one of the family tree to have played for Stoke. Smash the like button, people, but that seems to be that where transfer news is concerned. I can't lie, bare red eye people talking ish about Casemiro. He's a great signing that has a ton of experience and well class in his position. People acting like 30 means you're finished. It don't. This ain't how it was 30, 15, 20 years ago. And they say that, you know, historically, Aubameyang's been doing all right. Giroud was doing all right last year. Ibra's had times. Joaquin at Betis. You know, the last 18 months, it's been the old heads. I do hope that he looks like a 50-year-old playing for United, but bare red eye, man. The way Man United move, Casemiro will be nice. Backup for McTominay. Big cap, Madrid subbed Casemiro for Camavinga and won most games like that. But hey, Casemiro can actually bring out the best of Fred. Lord, Fred has to bring the best out of himself, man. The guy plays for Brazil and Madrid. He's levels. People hating. That's all. They would take him in every Prem team. We got Partey. It's all good. But I don't know, man. Partey's got to start showing up. But yeah, man. Man United are insane. So many top internationals flop there. I hope so. He may be better than Rodri defensively, doesn't mean he starts. And Rodri might be better than him in other things. It doesn't mean he starts, really and truly. We don't know. I'm just saying you can't act like Rodri's up there and Casemiro's down there. And you cannot not act like Casemiro's up there and Rodri's down there. They're in the same bracket. It can come down to personal preference. But you cannot say, just look at this. Stop trying to be smart, people. You can clearly see at this moment in time, before he's kicked a ball for United, there's not a team Casemiro does not get substantial minutes and start for, really, you know. Stop lying to yourselves. But it is what it is. United was trying to bargain bucket with Rabiot. Can we get some of this DG war stories about growing up in London? I don't know about any war. I just grew up like a normal London person. You know, I don't know about none of that. You know, has to come organically. Gave him the bag. Guimaraes is a monster. He helped Newcastle get 10th from 19th position. Crazy. Fam, we keep going in for Madrid stars who want a new challenge. I swear, I hope we don't go for Kroos or Avridozola next. Yeah, Delhi looks like he's getting a bit shit test. I mean, come on. How is 30 old? For people say 30 is old. Go and look at some of the ages. How old is Kevin De Bruyne? You know, how old are half of these guys? When you actually break it down, Mo Salah and all of these guys, obviously some men are going to decline more than others. Kevin De Bruyne is 31. Obviously people know his age. No one said a damn thing about two different positions, but no one says a damn thing there. No one. In fact, Google can help me, man. There must be something. Oldest players in the Premier League. Ronaldo, obviously. Thiago Silva's still out here. Obviously, Ronaldo's declining and has got a bag of problems. But minus his goals, where did United finish last year? I mean, no one cares about Johnny Evans, Seamus Coleman, Ashley Young, and them kind of man there. João Moutinho still going strong. Jamie Vardy's declined. He's still out here. Shane Long's there. Well, this article's tired, man. Where's the real players, bro? It all depends how he looks after himself. I hope he flops, of course, but it is what it is. I can't reply as to why Casemiro traded European champions for a struggling side. It's his decision. Money, bro. Obviously, money is a factor, but we acted like Newcastle doesn't have an incredible project. How? They've got an exciting project potentially, but how's it an incredible project yet? You know, they're not fearing anyone in the top 6 right now. They're struggling to get players. It has the potential to be that, but right now it's not that. Where Newcastle are at, they're at that City stage where they need that Robinho signing, that first on to just come in. And Guimaraes isn't that. He's lit, but he's, you know, Robinho had a serious stature in football. Once they get that, everybody pours in. They've been linked with Pepe, linked with Diaby, linked with Vlahovic at the time, linked with Nunez, linked with Bare Dons, and they keep finding themselves in the same situation. They just need one guy to set it. But I wouldn't say it's exciting right now. Incredible, as you said. It's got the potential, but Newcastle, incredible project right now. Incredible right now. Potential to do that, but not right now. incredible potential. DG, we can't big up DG. We can't big up yourself, Davey. We can't be upset. We let him go and we will pay the price. Bad decision making by the board. Casemiro to Man U is a quick fix. They're not building for the future. 4 years, he'll be 35. I mean, you do get older with the years that go on, but I agree. There's not really much longevity. Doesn't seem like there's a plan at Manchester United. I don't think they're really helping Ten Hag out at all, but it is what it is. To be honest, I hope Pogba goes to Chelsea and smashes it. I even hope he scores a hat-trick against Arsenal and celebrates in Arteta's face. I wouldn't take any offense as a Gooner. No, dead that. Dead all of that. Big up Phil. Big up DG. Just hope we sign one more attacking midfielder and I'll be happy if they offer enough money. Oba will go, especially if they don't want him no more. You have to, bro. If they're trying to get you, keep it moving. Bro, I don't know about no one else, but why would you want to stay? Why would you want to stay at a club that don't want you? Like, think about your job. Like, I know it's completely different, but if your job say we're shotting you or you need to leave, I wouldn't want to stay. Why would you want to stay somewhere that they don't want you? It's all mad. The job they do is much harder in the Prem than La Liga. I mean, yeah, and you're gonna drop down in quality, car. There's gonna be no Modric and them man there. The structure of United's a joke. Again, you can't just do what United do and think, yeah, you're Casemiro. Boom, go and do your Casemiro stuff. It don't work like that. A lot to take on, bro. And he's gonna see just like Varane in defense. You're gonna see when you're around Bear Joke, man. You just want to scratch your head. Yeah, they're zanging themselves, man. I mean, they're zanging themselves. But at the end of the day, if he helps United get back to where they need to get to, the money don't matter. Pino links are still there. 200 likes, we go through them. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't want no celebration. If he celebrates in Arteta's face, he does all of that. But I don't know about bagging hat-tricks against Arsenal and them thing there. But fair enough. Everybody's free to their own opinion, man. Aubameyang still must have his house in London or something, man. He used to talk about how he loved the place, man. Let's see if Aubameyang really does love Arsenal fans. Henry, the history of the club, like he said when he signed. I mean, I don't get that, if I'm honest with you. I do think Aubameyang loves Arsenal Football Club. But at the end of the day, and the fans specifically, very few players in the last few years at Arsenal galvanized the fans, drew the fans together, played on that as well, like Aubameyang, But it's a job. The Arsenal thing is done. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's gone now. Really. So it is what it is. We should sign a player. I think you mean we should sign a player to give Jesus or Saka backup. We don't want to wear them out before crucial games. But hey, we're going to have to deal with what we can, innit? 137, keep going, people. Arsenal need to get a new midfielder because last season when Partey got injured, the team was not stable. I mean, we've been seeing the same old story season in, season out. I do like the additions of Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira and their abilities to play as left-sided eights. I'm definitely missing out a next player. But I think we need another midfielder, someone who's more likely to just, because all them, Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, Zinchenko, Odegaard, these guys can play in that 8 role, but they can all play other roles. I want someone who's more likely to be considered as an option of, where you've got Xhaka, Thomas, El Nene, Lokonga, someone that's more often than not playing that partnership behind the 10 sort of thing. I think Arsenal need that. And at a push, could I get someone a bit physically imposing? Because I don't think we really have that. And you don't need to be 6 foot plus. Because you see bare small dons in the Prem doing it. I just feel at times if we rock up with Odegaard, even I want to see Zinchenko in midfield a lot, but if we rock up with Odegaard, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, if it's not the Wenger ball thing, passing, third man runs, they're going to get roughed up in there, really. At the start of the summer, I wanted 2 8s and a 6, really. I still want that, but time's caught up with us, innit? Really and truly. So, yeah, it is what it is. Which player Arsenal buy now? I don't know, man. Do you see anything on Arsenal.com? Don't think we've bought a player per se yet, man. 200 likes, we go through all of that. Shout out to you lot, people. Has Mikel Arteta done his press conference as well yet? Mikel. Where's the press conference stuff from the gaffer, man? How did you find All or Nothing? Great question. 5 out of 10? 6 out of 10? I think there was 10 out of 10 moments. I think the things I liked the most were the coaching staff, Steve Round, Carlos, Albert, their sort of jobs, the technical stuff, seeing what the medical dons do as well, because obviously Arsenal's medical staff always get criticised, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, but you know, when you see things like Tierney is playing with an injury in the Wolves game and then playing 5 games and then getting injured, and again, I don't begrudge the players for that because they do care, clearly, you know, they do care. But this is where you need a degree of trust from the players. The players are always going to want to play, but sometimes the players have to open their mouth and let man know that they're injured or little things are going on. You even saw that reflected with Ben White and Rob Holding even in training. So I did like that. Obviously, I did like our, you know, I'm not really feeling the light bulb one against Brighton, but I did like some of his, you know, his team talks. Yeah, it did feel a bit PR-y. You know, it would have been nice to see Aubameyang side of the story or just some more. You know, it just felt like the same old people were talking. Didn't really hear much from Odegaard, Pepe, etc. You know, it felt like there's a void. It felt heavily scripted. If I'm honest with you, felt like there's something missing. Obviously, it's disappointing because of the way it ended. I feel there was an inability to call a spade because I think we was putting a bit too much of a positive spin on the end of the season, where we need to be honest. The season was positive. There are many positives. There is learning curves. There is a degree of improvement, but we can't get away from what could have been. It's always either or. It's like, it's never really. And I feel this with Arsenal Football Club, with the journalists, with the, you know, the people that are the talking points and the think pieces and the agents of Arsenal, the ones that get the news. I don't think we're ever completely honest, you know. I feel we always, you know, you should always, I'm not saying be mad negative or be mad positive. I'm just saying talk about things. It is what it is. It feels like there's always an extra spin. I mean, if you've watched that much, you might as well watch the last 2 in it. But yeah, man, it was obviously Saka, the heartwarming moment with Saka and the little boy where they're doing kick-ups and getting ice cream and all of them things. I did like the talking points around Eddie and Nketiah as well, and Tavares as well. I did actually like Eddie and Nketiah's soundbite to Lokonga's, like, stop feeling sorry for yourself, pattern up sort of thing. So yeah, man, I would say that really and truly, if I'm honest with you. What should I call that? 40. Big up you lot, man. Keep the talking points coming, all or nothing with you. So yeah, man. Arteta confirms the club want to bring only top quality players in, indirectly saying he doesn't rate Telemans. I think that's a case of 2 and 2 equals 25 there, bro. A lot of coaching staff prop took place in all or nothing. I did think it became a bit too Arteta and Xhaka centric around their families and things. We all got families, respectfully, and it is nice to see the human element. I did like some of the sound bites. It just felt heavily scripted, and the club's always going to do that. At the end of the day, you're going to want to paint the club how you want to paint the club. But it just, like, when I look at Spurs' one, it's like with the Danny Rose thing, you're evidently seeing why him and Jose are not seeing eye to eye. You didn't really get a Aubameyang side to the story, man. It was a good show for me, scripted or not. I feel more connected. I mean, I feel more connected with what you do on the football field, man. We're going to Forest. Quite a fall from grace from him, isn't it? Really? Watching all or nothing, my biggest question from it was, how the hell did Odegaard get the captain? Swear the guy didn't even speak one time. I mean, you saw Xhaka opening his mouth, but I don't know, man. I remember Ozil's agent saying after he left Arsenal, there were rival clubs looking to sign him, but refused out of respect for Arsenal. He's capping, man. What rival clubs? You know, unless I'll stand corrected, but I know Chelsea didn't ask for you. City never asked for you. United never asked for you. Liverpool didn't ask for you. Like, come on, he's capping, man, because you like Arsenal. The same, listen, it's Team Ozil all the way. The same guy who, the minute Arteta was fucking up, trust the process. You really believe that? You really believe that? I'd stand to be proven wrong, because at the end of the day, I don't know, but you really believe if Ozil got offers from what's typically our rivals, let's say the top 6, excluding Spurs, you think man are not going to do it? Come on, man. He might be right, but I know you weren't born yesterday. You really believe that? You really believe that? I hear it if you do, but Bandili, man. Bandili. Shout out Ozil. I like him, so I'll go along with the lie. But really, maybe United, because they're as dumb as us in certain aspects. But really. So how comes Fenerbahce and where you're at now, they're the only ones that are onto you? Why didn't no other top club come for you? It's a cap, man. To be fair, I do remember the United one, but United are always linked with everybody, though. So maybe a United thing, fair enough. You could have done the respect, but really, I do think Ozil's got a connection with the fans and all that jazz. But really, people, really, come on, man. The game past Ozil buying it kills me to say that about a mercurial talent like him, but he didn't adapt. He didn't marry the poetic emotion stuff that he comes with. You know, with what you saw David Silva do, for example. He started doing the nitty gritty and things like that. I don't know, man. He must have meant Fulham and QPR and Tottenham, but I have to, man. To be honest, you know, I think what it's shown is we need different leaders, you know. I think the club could have used that to show more of Odegaard's captain ability. But this is where I think you don't need the captain band to lead, bro. You look at any Arsenal side that's won anything. You look at any Chelsea, United, Spurs, we can't verify that one, but City, Barca, there's bare leaders, bro. Just because you got the armband, talk, bro. Personally, I wanted the more conventional captains, you know, Xhaka, Gabriel, Kieran Tierney, Ramsdale, them sort of guys there. I'd even consider Gabriel Jesus, even though I don't like giving it to strikers. But if Odegaard, there must be something you're doing, whether it's leading by example or talking in others, there must be something you're doing. But what we can't deny is that obviously it puts a more of a spotlight on you, Odegaard, because when things are going wrong away from home, we're looking at you, really. So for whatever reason it is what it is, it means F4. And for Arsenal, it hasn't meant a lot for time, bro. It's only been under, in my opinion, under Unai Emery and now Arteta that it's been taken a bit more seriously, bro. Like it was used as a carrot to convince players to not leave. Obviously, we had certain captains wearing number 10s with shit permed hair, you know, sitting on the floor against Birmingham, pussy old cunt. Pardon my language. I hate Gallas with everything I got from a footballing point of view. I think he's the worst player I've ever seen play for Arsenal. I've seen players very rubbish. But when you got no integrity as a man, I can't respect you. And I think Gallas lacks that. I think Gallas is very disrespectful to his teammates there. I think Gallas is a pussycat. And I think he's a dirty little Jezebel as well. Man's played for Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. Should have just went Palace and West Ham and completed the whole set. Hate Gallas from a footballing point of view. I can't hate you as a man because I don't know you. But oh my God. Worst ever player I've seen play for Arsenal. And I'd taken Scalacci and them man over you because them man they might have been shit, but didn't behave like you. Crazy. Zinchenko could get thrown in there as well. Again, everybody lead, innit? Everybody lead the thing. You know, Tomiyasu talks every now and again. Ben White was open his mouth. Everybody lead. If everyone does it, is what it is. Everyone needs to lead. What I would say at Arsenal, lead themselves, because when it's Newcastle away, Spurs away, United away, Everton away, Brighton away, Palace away, Southampton away, that's where I want to see character in it. Can Saliba be captain? I mean, can be a leader. I wouldn't give him the captaincy at 21. You're just inviting more pressure onto these dons, if I'm honest with you. But like someone said, a lot's made of the captain's band in today's day and age, man. Just get on with it, sort of thing, man. I didn't even see that, Riley. Appreciate you for gifting. You know what, Riley? You're here every day, innit? I appreciate that. Because if I remember, you're not even an Arsenal fan. So football manager content, watch alongs, you're always here. Appreciate the content. Support my guy. And obviously, one love for gifting out community subs. And obviously, on behalf of whoever's benefited from that, I can't actually see at this moment in time. Thank you. One love. Who do you dislike more? Gallas, bro. Like, Adebayo was just on the winning team. Fans would be... I don't get vexed at Cesc Fabregas or at Van Persie for celebrating. Fans were booing him. Adebayo was a twat and he did play for Spurs, but fans drew him out. They did him dirty, so... And he wasn't happy. That is what it is. He's a bastard. As for Gallas, bro, Gallas can do one, bro. He can do one, bro. Worst football I've seen play for Arsenal Football Club. Worst football I've seen play for Arsenal Football Club in the Emirates era. And I'll maintain that, man. Obviously, there's players that have been worse than him, but you are the guy that I will say is the worst. Big up Marcus, man. Big up DG. Working and driving, listening to your content non-stop. Looking ready for the weekend, trimming that. Hey, no. I'm sorry that I can't do a watch along. Things have to be done. Hey, something's in my eye. Someone's killing me. They say Odegaard is at the club every day, even on days off. He's into tactics. That's good. Yeah, he's the teacher's assistant. He's the assistant coach on the pitch. And you do see Odegaard like, yo, go here, go there. Odegaard's not the guy that's going to be shouting and obviously every man or woman has a breaking point. Everyone's got emotions. When there's time to shout. but be yourself in it. Naturally, you know, Xhaka is a heart on sleeve guy. Is going to open his mouth. Some of you, where have you played Sunday League? You must have. There's guys that are doing the shouting all the time. There's guys that are talking all the time. There's guys that will never say something. The one time they say things, everybody listens. There might be a guy that chats off his mouth all the time, like McTominay, and no one listens. Obviously, you want everyone to be comfortable, and everyone should be in a scope to say what they want to say and things, but don't force it. If that's not you, don't do it, innit? And obviously, you want to see Odegaard be a bit more like the Teenys, the Ramsdales, the conventional sort of captain, Xhaka, and all them things there. But to a degree, if it's not you, why are you gonna make a man? Like, you can't make someone do something that's not you. If you're a laid back person by nature, of course you can be more proactive and stuff, but you're gonna have that element, man. It's just getting the best out of them. And I would say even the guys that we're not talking about like that are not, they lead in other ways, but in terms of this captaincy, Martinelli, Eddie, Saka, Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, Lokonga, you know, I think 2 of them names have actually been captains at their previous club or captained the team on an occasion. They need to get into a scenario to open your mouth, man. Look at City all the time. You know, Pep is always giving people instructions, but we all watch Man City play. How many times do you see Gundogan and Kevin? They're in mad debate, or Fernandinho and this guy and that guy. Everyone's got something to say, really. So it's just about enhancing that. But again, I don't believe in life of you can mold people, but if it's not in you naturally, don't make people do it, in it. Because you're not gonna play freely in that. I hope Odegaard starts doing that thing more. And obviously, I would say being a captain in England is the worst thing, because you could be a shit captain. How many of you have played Sunday League? There's a captain that chats so much, or someone that talks, but he's not rated. So manager saying, shut your mouth. Like, you don't want to have that. You don't want to talk for no reason. If man don't rate you, you can talk. Why it bangs for Xhaka, whatever the fans say, he's rated in the changing room, you know. And I'm sure Odegaard must be as well. Why the hell would he be captain, you know? As long as when you want to open your mouth, people listen. But I must admit, you know, I heard Tomiyasu talk and Tavares talk more than I heard Odegaard and Pepe in that documentary. The loudmouths, but if they don't respect you, you're not gonna get. You can only do them things there if you're 30, like you've seen with my viral clip, you know, where I'm doing the captain thing. If you're 30 and if you had a good game, you think I would have been chatting off my mouth if I know, even though we got battered, that, you know, I was 30. But you need to be able to do that, man. Xhaka is the unofficial captain, bro. But then what does that say of a 29-year-old? Nothing to do with age, just painting a picture. 29 years of age, contracted until 2024. What if he says, you know what, I want a new challenge? Tactically, because he plays every week and plays a number of roles, you're going to need to address that, and you're going to need to address it because of the character. Maybe that's an issue. Are we overcompensating on that? So how much are we really building new prospects and new blocks and new thingies if we're relying on the same dons? And you can even Holding's got a little captaincy thing about him. But that's because Xhaka's of that makeup. You know, Rob Holding is a typical northern lad, opens his mouth. Teeny's a typical Scottish brother. You know, Ramsdale's a typical Yorkshire brother. They open their mouths, bro. That's them. Odegaard's a pretty boy, really, you know. And for him, I know obviously he's captain of his country, so you can't say anything to him, really. But, you know, he's still learning to be that big boy in the dressing room. Now, obviously, he's probably done it before, but he was a little man at Real Madrid. You know, you shut your mouth and keep quiet, really. You know, at them times that you open your mouth, world-class players are looking at you like you either got massive bollocks and you're right and you're going to be a star, or we're on you. So he's probably just learning to be that. It's the same way like Ben White he's done well at Leeds and Brighton, but he's been around some experienced members of that defense. Now you're looking at him to be a leader and not have his hand held. There's no, if he was PK, there's no Puyol for him sort of thing. He has to be that Puyol, something like that. Gabriel as well. Saliba's going to have to be that as well. So we're going to have to see how it goes, man. Lovely talking points, people. Can't like Henderson, even Henderson. Tomorrow game, Fabio's going to play. Hope he's on the bench, but I don't think he's fit to start. Why did Laka, little boy Cedric like that? Laka's just vexed, man. Maybe a gal flopped him after training because there was no need to do Henry Francis like that. Cedric his neck's getting grabbed up like a freaky Bedina, bro. Nah, he is a pretty boy. Odegaard, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying Odegaard's a pretty boy. That's why he's not the conventional captain to most people. Blonde hair, blue eyes, plays that sexy football. He's not gonna fly into mad tackles. He's a pretty boy. You know, that's him. There's no disrespect to it. He's a pretty boy. He's not what man want to see as a captain typically. If you're listening, I've actually been picking up Odegaard. If you're gonna criticize me, please listen to specifically what I said, please, and interpret specifically what I said, please. Amen. Thank you. 166 likes. People keep running that up. Appreciative. They gassed up that fight though. I was thinking it was a proper thing. It weren't really that, man. How do you see Saka and Saliba being kindly reluctant to sign a new contract? Are they looking to move on to Champions League playing clubs? I don't know for Saliba, man. I don't know. I hope so, but if I was them, I'm not signing nothing yet, because the longer you run it down, the more giggity it gets, really. Apparently, Marquinhos is not going on loan, so he's staying. So is that the mystery winger? And that shows you've convinced Arteta somehow that you could be utilised some way. Looking forward to seeing Arteta's comments as well, if I'm honest with you. What did you say here, man? Big up yourself, G1. Let me go on Fabrizio Romano's. Well, G1, you know what was said. Smash the like button, 200 likes, and we get into all of that sort of stuff there, people, man. To be fair, I'd probably say might, mate. Why don't we sell Pepe or show some confidence in him? We don't have... I mean, we probably tried to sell him, really, but we need to get over this. One thing I massively rate with Arteta, he knows when to criticize and protect the players. That's true. And then is more like a leader than Odegaard. To be fair, we don't know. We're even in the all or nothing. Like, we're just seeing what they want to see, really. I see why Odegaard's captain. I think he's the player apart from Xhaka that Arteta, and I'm not saying he doesn't trust other people, but he trusts the most tactically. He sees him as his assistant manager on the field, and he's the perfect poster boy for this youth project and things like that. Obviously, Jesus looks like he's taking it over, but I see why he'd be giving it. He wouldn't have been my choice. I would have just let him be a leader and things like that. Obviously, Xhaka was never going to be given it again officially. Maybe now he could, but yeah, man. Out of Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, who do you think has the highest ceiling? I'm on the Martinelli train. I think Martinelli, Brazilian and that. Then I think Smith Rowe, and then I think Saka. But I'm going to go Martinelli at this moment in time. Pardon me. Bring me some serious demons and Xhaka is not important anymore. Yeah, I hear that. We get 30 midfielders. We don't leverage that. When Tottenham had problems dealing with low blocks, made no sense to attack. Arteta showed naivety. Exactly. We should have went with a back three. And that's why I mean with, just because these last two games, let's just say we go on a 4 or 5 game run with the same 11. Just because you've done that doesn't mean it's not trying to change it up, because you buck scenarios like Spurs or like, I would actually say, Crystal Palace, because Xhaka, similar to these days, was playing that more advanced in 8 sort of thing. You had Tavares there. Now, anyone that understands football, you can see the gaps that are going to be in the pitch there against Crystal Palace. Ultimately, that was our problem. You know, sometimes you can't change a winning formula, and I'm not advocating changing it for no reason. Really, there is no way Arteta can win, because if he changes things, why did you change it? If he doesn't change things, oh, you're rigid. It only actually matters if you win or lose, really. So, but I do think Arsenal, we need to know, because I honestly feel we go to a back three, we probably get Champions League. I think we draw against Spurs, and I think we probably pump up Newcastle, but that never happened. We're not in this thing, are we? We'd rather a tactical and smart captain rather than a passionate. I'd rather just my whole 11, bro. Like, I think too much is made on that. I should be able to look at Arsenal. I don't know who the captain is. Look at the Invincibles. You don't know who the captain is. Yeah, you might see the band, but you don't know who the captain is. You look at all them United sides under Sir Alex Ferguson, you don't know. Just because it might have been Roy Keane or something like that, you don't know who the captain is. Everybody's 30 in their own way. So, yeah, man. How do you feel about Holding after his all or nothing perspective? He's my guy. He's shit, but he's my guy. I like Holding still, man. You know, he's calm, man. He's calm. Yo, DG, did you see this somewhat mass exodus of our young talents leaving Arsenal, Salah, Amari, etc.? There'll be a lot more, man, in my opinion. It is what it is, man. Unless it's the Bukayo Saka sort of talents, it's not really that deep for me, if I'm completely honest, but it's a thing, innit? And I don't begrudge none of these guys, really. I don't begrudge none of these guys. Go and and that goes for every club, every young player. Go and seize your future. At least if it doesn't work, you know, you've taken your chance, because these clubs will tell you everything. Once you get to, in my opinion, 16, you need to be a bit selfish, because now it's serious. It's me or you. sort of thing. Man said, what fight? I mean, Ronaldo's not going nowhere, man. Where are you going? No one wants to buy you, blood. I remember going 2 divisions in Sunday League. For the first year or so, I was quiet. You need to prove your on job before you can call out more senior players. Earn their respect before you preach. Amen. Exactly. Get the likes up. G1, tell him again. Thoughts on Fabio Vieira? Saw him play the other day. Didn't look convincing at that level. Think we overpaid for him. I'm not going to draw conclusions on a man that's played 45 minutes. I would say he looks like he needs to bulk up. The kit was too big. Yeah, man, he's not fully physically fit. There's elements of rustiness there and things. I think he'll be all right. I don't know if he'll be one of the first names on the team sheet or just a rotationary option. That's down to him, innit, and what he does. But bit harsh already. For a 4th choice centre-back, Holding's proper. We make that 5th. We make that 5th. Little Saliba thing, Gabriel, Ben White. Next man, Tomiyasu. Holding is calm. Don't know about the 4th choice thing still, brother. At the end of the day, captain in football not that important compared to rugby or cricket, where tactical decisions are made on field. I hear that, but I ain't got nothing to do with us. Are you doing an AJ fight watch along, and what's your predictions? I mean, Team AJ all the way. I think he's gonna get rocked, but in relation to a watch along, nah, man. Unless you want me to be here hella tipsy and falling asleep, nah, man. I appreciate you though, man. What a day though, man. Keep your opinions and whatnot coming. You lot violating. We must have 200 likes now. Oh, you lot are violating 182. I want to look at transfer news now, man. I guess before we get to that, we might as well quickly preview Arsenal versus Bournemouth, if I'm honest with you, because we've got to. It's in the title. Been a couple of times we've actually forgot to preview the game. The whole reason we're here. Come on, man. Why have they not put Mikel Arteta's press conference up yet, man? Fuck's sake. Fabio Vieira is good, but not great. But he should improve his stamina and strength. But I hope Arteta will integrate it, signing well to adapt. I mean, it'll be interesting because he played off the right against Swansea's under 23s at Mikel Arteta's request. You know, I don't know what's happening with Reece Nelson, Marquinhos, Pepe, a pursuit of potentially a new winger. Obviously, that could impact stuff. He's not really someone I really want to see play out wide. Obviously, them games were dominating possession, Wenger ball. I'm here for that. But he just because he don't really hug the touchline, it's not him. He's like Odegaard and Smith Rowe and Zinchenko in that. They want to come in field, neat 1-2s, and I see enough to think that he'll be good in that role. But adaptability, you know, Arteta and Fabio Vieira, every interview and whatnot, they make a big case of versatility. Now, there's a very thin line between versatility and shoehorning. I do think you need to solidify yourself as a number 8, a number 10, or a winger, and then be able to play everywhere like Bernardo Silva. Clearly, the man's a 10, a winger, and he can play everywhere. So you need to lock down one thing, be a master of one thing first, then try other stuff. But I do like that. I do want to see him play as a left-sided 8. You know, I do. Same way right now that it's Martinelli, Saka, Jesus. There are times I want to see all the playmaking dons for Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, force Zinchenko in there. If Xhaka keeps playing how he's playing, get him in there as well. Get all the technical ballers there, do the rondos and that. So yeah, man, you know, maybe if he was up to speed, just to go off fan talking points with Arsenal at this moment in time. Smith Rowe can't get in the team. People are onto Odegaard. Maybe he could have come into the fold really and truly. The only thing is I just think our midfield is a bit too lightweight. It's not got enough steel in there. Like I said, there's some games I want the pass masters. Some games we might just need the Dons, the part of the trenches. You know, the El Nenes, the Partes, this imaginary number 6. We might need them. It is what it is really and truly. It doesn't mean much, but things don't change in a pitch really. You know, if you're narrow, come on, I've played fullback. If I'm playing against someone like Fabio Vieira, which I'm not a pro footballer, that's me going forward now. If there's someone that's going to hug, not necessarily the touchline, but that half space and be a direct threat, I'm going to think, right, if I'm going forward, bro, I need to get back. I can't get in a foot race with that. Or if Fabio Vieira is going into a congested area and my centre-back's I'm going further up the field. I do think Arsenal need a bit more steel and that. We need to be a lot more. We are direct, but a lot more direct. We need direct threat. We need guys that provoke fear into oppositions. They're not many. To a degree, I think Saka, Martinelli have that. I'm not saying other people are bad, but you know, if you're playing against Salah, if you're playing against these sort of guys, you're kind of shook as a player. So yeah, man, it is what it is, man. But we've got young leaders in this team. Just keep doing the lead. Just keep doing the leader thing, innit? Young leaders. Let's change that timestamp. Great talking points, man. I'm enjoying the shout. You lot, man. Journey to 50,000 subs and that. Come on. I don't know why, man. Bro, we live in hot take land. If you listen to Arsenal fans of this last 2 games, we're winning everything, including Tour de France. Nothing can go wrong. None of the players that are out in the team are going to get out of the team. None of the players that are out of the team could ever get in. It's peak for Smith Rowe. Odegaard's not good enough. You know, we're winning the league. We don't need a midfielder because we got Xhaka. You know, boy, I sometimes wish I was like that, man. Where do you see us finishing with this current squad? You can finish as high as 4th. You can finish as low as 8th. You can be your own best friend or worst enemy. You know, it's not really about what other teams are doing. It's just Arsenal need to be able to arrest every demon that we've got internally, because we do press the self-destruct button like you saw with finishing 5th. You know, yes, the focus is around Newcastle, Spurs, the Palace, Southampton, and Brighton games, which the last 3 I said were probably the reason we didn't get top 4. It's how we started the season. Yes, there was COVID, etc. It's how we started the season. It's going to Man United and Everton away, taking the lead, not winning it. I'm being very harsh with the following one. City at home, we took the lead, we didn't win the game. Crystal Palace at home, we took the lead, we did not win the game. Inability to break down Burnley low block. Crystal Palace and Brighton last season took 4 points off us. You know, game management, not bringing in a striker, not finding a resolution with a striker. It was nice at times where Rob Holding, Tavares, Cedric, and I don't like throwing him into this with these man, but El Nene, when all these men came into the team last year, there was fantastic moments where they helped us, but we had to rely on these players for too long. We had to rely on even the Sakas and the Martinellis and Smith Rose and all these young brothers, which again, you're going to get volatile performances, really. Not to mention Arteta did a lot right, but he's not without fault. He made naive choices. I think he played too much psychologically on the need to win that North London derby. You know, when you look at Conte played it up, but he also kind of calmed it down. And I think we was too excited and we showed our naivety. I think he showed his naivety a couple of times last season. Crystal Palace away, the midfield trio with Lokonga, Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe and Odegaard as the 8s, Lokonga as the lone 6. In the future, I want to see that. In that moment, they weren't ready. That not going, in my opinion. And we, you know, I'm not the gaffer. I don't know football to the way Arteta does it. You know, we could have done this and still lost. But I know it was suicidal to go with a flat back 4 with Rob Holding and Cedric against Son. You could see before that red card, before that penalty, what was happening. If it was a back 3, like what we did with Diego Costa in the FA Cup, where it was Holding, Monreal, and Mertesacker, back 3/back 5 with the fullbacks, one of you can get tight. Holding and Cedric were just moving mad. I think that ultimately the squad is everything on Arteta. He's assembled it. We showed our naiveties. We showed our naiveties and mental handbrake against Newcastle away. Even games we've won, you know, Watford away, Villa away, you know, even games we've won. There's been little Leicester. There's been little brain farts. Leicester this season as well at home. Last season away. Crystal Palace, we're under the cosh a bit too much. These are the things in terms of game management we need to play. One thing I like about Arteta, he makes a big song and dance of trying to tell these boys, start fast, but you can't play like that for 90 minutes. You need to adapt and adjust accordingly. And that's for the players as well, because the best players make the best decisions on field. Do you know how many times managers get the credit? And I can't tell you this, but players have probably figured things out. Come on, you lot played Sunday League. The manager might be saying one thing, and you should never go against the manager. But how many times have you lot been playing Sunday League and you and your teammates are like, fuck listening to him, or that's not working, let's do this, let's do that, or next fight, we're under the cost right now. Next 5 minutes, everyone just cool off in it, just play it safe a bit. Let's take this thing out of the game. And they are young, they have to learn this. But again, you're not too young to learn all of these sort of things. So it all depends how you look at this sort of stuff, people. It really all depends, man. Great talking points. Milinkovic-Savic is a necessity. If not, at least get Telemans and get the RB2 for Saka. If only it was that easy, man. Make no mistake, even though we're winning, squad rotation is going to be important for certain games. Not all teams will allow us to play out. We need a bad boy midfielder. Tell him again. DG, off topic. What do you think about Chelsea offering 7-year deals to Reece James and Mason Mount? They're only going to get better in it, you know. This is death row contract, innit? They don't want to get rid of them. Obviously, on the best of days, anyways, you'd have to give Chelsea a pretty penny to take them, but it just makes their position of strength stronger, innit? I swear Vieira just broke a bone in his foot, plus he's mager. Of course, he's going to take time to develop it. Exactly that. Fabio Vieira is not for the PL. He needs to bulk up. He would have the same fate as Lo Celso and Brian Gill at Spurs. Very talented players, just not fit for PL physicality. As I said, just look at your countryman, Bernardo Silva, you know, cross the border, David Silva, just them man there, because they're not the biggest. Santi Cazorla, them man weren't the biggest and most physically imposing and things. Ericsson, is he any bigger or smaller pause than these guys? It's the mentality. It's how you take to it. You know, you look at Ozil. That's why he didn't have the time. He didn't adapt to this thing. He did on occasion. I think it was a squad thing. The more we improve the squad, the more we'll see these problems go away. I hope so. How much do you think the World Cup break will affect our performances when we come back? David, honestly, I don't know, man. I'm intrigued to find out. I honestly don't know, my bro. I honestly don't have a clue. I really don't, man. Man said, you know, things are different this season when we haven't been linked to Draxler for the 10th year running. True. Pardon my manners. Big up yourself, TG, and everyone here. Big up yourself, man. I honestly think we'll be in top 4. I've been saying it before the season, but we need a box-to-box centre mid. I'd like another striker, but let's see what happens. I don't know if we even had enough centre-backs to play a back 3/5 in the North London derby. Brazy, again, squad depth. Should have tried the thing, though, man. Only if all our squad players would be more clinical in front of goal, we would relieve pressure off our attack, because depending on Jesus will eat us up. Well, go on, Killy. The physical argument is silly. There are countless examples of smaller ballers in the Prem. Exactly. You just need to want to do it, bro. You know, you just need to want to do it. I don't agree with any conclusions being drawn on Fabio Vieira, but you're never going to stop them, are you? People are going to talk in it. We just let them do what they're doing. Can't stop them. Just need to hope no one gets injured in the World Cup. English love this. If you ain't physical, you ain't going to survive in the Prem narrative. Trust me, man. We need new signings. Who would you like, DG? Anyone at this moment? I don't know, man. You know, just get the Telemans one done, man. The players I want are not attainable. I wouldn't say United to get signing Casemiro worries me. He's a good player. But again, as I keep saying, Arsenal need to focus on, we need to arrest our things. Everything that we can arrest, that's what we need to do in it. That's what we know. We know we need to bring in players, but as I was just kind of going off on a tangent, all the game management, all these things, you improve that, we stand a good chance, man. You don't improve that, boy, because no matter how good these teams are, they're always going to be inconsistent. Battling for fourth is inconsistency in itself. You're not quite good enough in showing the consistencies to get first and second, so that's what you're doing. But it doesn't matter if United lose every game from or Spurs lose every game from now to whenever. We need to be able to take points. It doesn't matter if 2 teams have lost and you gotta lose again, which at times used to happen. I don't know who he plays as a 6 when Partey's out, but I'd have to assume El Nene. I know Lokonga was playing further forward in pre-season, but it's got to be one of them 2 because you're not bringing in a 6. So it's got to be one of them 2, innit, really? Appreciate that, Nico. Big facts, bro. It's all good having a game plan, but at times you need to read the context of the game. Things change and adapt constantly. Let people draw conclusions, man. Like, it is what it is, bro. Like, ignorance is bliss. If we thought that, then we'd be doing the same thing as well, wouldn't we? Really, you know, we know better, so we do better. Respectfully. With that though, keep running it up, people. Before we preview the game, I see we've got 200 likes. We might as well start pre-ing the transfer news really and truly, and seeing exactly what is being said in this world, people, in relation to Arsenal. So let's give me a second, and we'll get into that exactly, people. Apparently, Mikel Arteta has done up his press conference, which I hope is interesting. Pardon me. So yeah, man, let's get into it. What would you do with Sambi? You've got to use him, bro. Like, hey, you've got to use him in some capacity. You're a 6 for me, but while you ain't really got the confidence or the awareness, you might as well do your 8 thing. But I'm not really trying to fuck with that, if I'm honest with you. Big up C and shout out all the YouTube members. Can we push towards 300? It's definitely attainable, people. 100, 211. But yeah, let's start getting into these transfers and Arsenal-related talking points. Let's start with my Safari browser. As you know, Arsenal teenager Salah close to whole move. He's travelled up there. He's going to sign it on an initial loan with the option to make it permanent. It's to be confirmed in the next 24 hours. Very technical footballer, technically gifted, diminutive. Probably wasn't going to make the grade at this football club. As long as he's sold on, there's a sell-on fee. Calm. Bob's your uncle, really. Unfortunately, Charlie Patino is facing weeks out after an ankle injury. As you saw, he rolled his ankle. It could have been much worse. And he actually had a good 45 minutes against QPR. He was getting kicked quite a lot. Welcome to league football, innit? He'll be all right, man. To lose Patino as well was tough to take the other night. It's slightly better news on Charlie. Potentially he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks for a return. That was definitely better news than I was expecting. And we've all seen it online. If you haven't gone look at it, he rolled his ankle, which it looked painful, blood. But yeah, man. Apparently Arteta is very confident Saka will sign a new contract. Brother, I hope you're confident, my guy. You know, but confidence, or actually until I see him holding it, it's fugazi. But let's see what he said there. Mikel Arteta, very confident Saka will sign new Arsenal contract. I am very confident that we as a club, Bakayo and his family and agent are all aligned. I would like that to get done because I don't want players to be distracted in the season, but these things take time. And then he went on to say, we want to only bring in certain qualities through that door, and if not, then it's not worth it. I will be totally happy and focused on getting the best out of these players for sure. When asked about Pepe, he said, what we can communicate, we always do when it's the right moment. We discussed that we have a big squad and we've made some decisions and allowed some players to leave. To the end of the window, anything is possible with any player. So, yeah, I mean, if you ask him about Saka, he'd say Saka is not leaving and things like that. So he hasn't said Pepe's going. He hasn't said he's staying. He's left everything debatable. So that kind of tells you what we already know is Pepe's days potentially could be numbered at this football club. Granit Xhaka wants Arsenal open training sessions to get closer to fans. Would be lovely, but only I think certain fans will act stupid, really. And you are right. In fact, we've seen that before, really and truly. We've seen that ish before. So let's go over here, really. Start over here. Keep your opinions on whatnot coming. Bro, his ankle is lucky. Can Patino be the 8 we need? Let him develop. Like Arteta says, we need to slow cook him. Just let him develop, man. I know in this day and age, you know, you've got to be the best thing since sliced bread before you even kicked a ball at first team level. But just let him develop and then we look, man. If we plan to play Lokonga as an 8, sell him harsh. Arsenal defense used to be one injury from crisis, but Mikel now has all bases covered. Let's see. You know, scrolling all the way down. I think it lists the standards with the way that Jesus is training every day and the way that he's talking and the way they are connecting. If you want to go to the top, then we're going to have to score a lot of goals and we cannot rely on 2 or 3 players. True. Scrolling all the way down. You know, what else he said? He's talked about players being out. I mean, Zinchenko's talked up Tierney. Apparently there's a segment where Tomiyasu's been training as a centre-half, allegedly, in this. Well, I can't see where it said that, but nonetheless, again, Michael Appleton has confirmed Patino's injury. We'll look at that in a sec. Apparently, definitely one to watch. Journalist says Arsenal interest in magnificent £42 million winger is growing. Let's see exactly what's happened and what journalist it is. Oh, it's Ben Jacobs. So we will take that with a pinch of salt, really. Yeah, I mean, Pino and sort of Arsenal's interest is growing. I think that is fair to say. And it's definitely one to watch between now and when the window shuts. And one of the reasons for that is because there is a need at Villarreal's end to sell. Okay, let's see. Let's see exactly what's being done there, man, really. It all depends if you look at that. Once again, Salah-Eddin is signed or in the process of signing for Hull with an option of a permanent deal. So, yeah, wish him all the best, really. Do your thing, man. I'm sure his younger brother is staying put. Again, you know, his agent has said Salah loves the project at Hull City with the new owners and wants to achieve something. His first team involvement was not going to be enough at Arsenal. We expect paperwork to go through in the next 24 hours for this deal. So, yeah, safe. According to information from RMC Sport, Nice would like to sign Pepe on loan, as we already know, people. They're demanding a loan, even if the salary of the former Leo resident is currently hampering the operation. They've been linked with Diallo from Manchester United as well. He might be a cheaper loan, similar sort of position. So that might mean Pepe becomes a myth, people. You know, as you can see here, they're considering him as an alternative to Nicolas Pepe. So that could obviously have implications for us moving Nicolas Pepe on, people. I can't understand Google Translate. So I don't know what this is being said. But once again, if you don't know, if you've been under a rock for the last few days, Nice would like to sign Pepe on loan. Again, there was rumours of an option to buy. Who knows, really and truly. They'd like to welcome Pepe in form of a loan, even if his salary remains an obstacle to this operation. So let's hope he gets what he needs, man. Pardon me. Pepe, the player, also has contacts with several Premier League clubs, but why hasn't he gone to any of them? Right, apparently he's been linked with Atletico Madrid. I don't know about that, but it's probably one to watch. Bellerin has two options. Udinese have been linked with him because Brian Soppy, or Brendan Soppy, whoever his name is, man, the young French right back, he's left and gone to Atalanta. And again, 1 minute it's Barca, then it's Betis, then it's Betis, then it's Barca. According to sources close to the case, the player has not yet accepted the offer from the Serie A team and is waiting for Barca and Betis. So we'll have to see, really. 1 minute I thought it was Betis or nothing. Anyways, away from all of that, what's this? I think this is more to do with Bellerin in that as well. At Real Betis, they continue to focus in on registering those who are waiting, although they look further and continue to have Bellerin there, who is enduring pressure from his club and other suitors to be able to return to them. So I have to see. And obviously, Casemiro's going to United. Udinese and Arsenal locked in negotiations for Hector Bellerin. I don't really buy this, people, but I don't care if you go to Italy, Spain, or Somalia, really. Just leave the club, really, wherever country you want to go play football. From one fullback to another, with one that actually might have a future at this club, depending on his level of development. Brook Norton-Coffey was linked with Preston, and it seems that it's not going to be the case, people. You know, he was linked with them. Another name mentioned has been Arsenal young gun Brook Norton-Coffey, but he won't be signing for North End, as Lanks Live understands. You know, obviously, yeah, they're looking for a right back. He could have been one of them. I can't lie, people. We should have a look at Carlos Soler. We've got no chance of getting him. Apparently, he's trying to sign Valencia new deal, but he was offered to Real Madrid for free. You know, we've been linked with him before. He's contracted until 2023. Spanish, 25 years of age, knows how to take a penalty, can play a bunch of roles as well, can play wide or as an organic central midfielder. We've seen him play against us before. You know, if he doesn't want to sign a new deal, surely this could be one up our street, people. Again, they plan to offer new deals, people, as their gaffer Gattuso said. As for Soler and Gaia, I have no proof they want to leave. We are working with Jose and Carlos to renew, not to leave. Allegedly, Valencia, another team that's broke. If you lot remember, though, we have actually been linked with Soler before. You go back to 2020/2021. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal does not forget Carlos Soler. So we've probably gone off the boil now. But this could be someone worth looking at, really and truly. So, yeah, and apparently he's decided to renew his contract with Valencia. So it makes it somewhat a myth. But he consistently is linked with Barcelona as well, people. So, yeah, make of that what you will. This is Mikel Arteta's press conference thing, which we'll look at soon. What's this? Can't imagine there's much Arsenal transfer news. There's going to be the same old names. As you know, apparently, we've allegedly launched a £33.8 million bid for Yeremy Pino. We'll never know what's going on in that regard. Who else? Bellerin favours a return to Betis despite Barca interest, because there's going to be there's going to be expectation on you at Barcelona. So, yeah, man. Obviously, Marquinhos has been called up to Brazil's under-20 side. Just nonsense. Apparently, Jesus has aimed a dig at Pep Guardiola. I don't know if that's true. He said, I'm very blessed as I can play across all the front three, but I am a number 9. I am there to finish our chances. Not only that, but to help the team as a whole. It's normal to pick up and think that you can't play with a 9, that I'm a winger. Fair enough, Jesus. Fair enough, broski. Ainsley Maitland-Niles drawing West Ham interest. Please leave. Rob Holding's got interest from Villa, but nothing appears too significant, people. Where is that article? Big up my guy Giles for showing me how to get past certain paywalls. But apparently this is in relation to Jesus. How Jesus became an Arsenal talisman after just 2 games. Apparently, well, I'm not reading all of this. We know this is all. We know there's a strong Brazilian connection, people, and things like that. As first impressions go, it was a strong start. And there was so much more to come, with the Brazilian instantly slotting into the team on and off the pitch. Such has been the remarkable speed of his adaptation that he has already been promoted into Mikel Arteta's new leadership group alongside Odegaard and Xhaka. There's a strong Brazilian contingent within Arsenal squad, and Jesus has naturally become the senior figure in that circle. The younger players look up to him as they should, and he has been looking after them at the training ground. He has been urging 19-year-old Marquinhos, for example, to focus on learning English as quickly as possible. Maybe because he's seen how Pepe is holding bench, but he's right. That will help you for life in London, let alone thingy. Is what it is. And it was Jesus' idea earlier this week to bring the Brazilian players together for a celebratory photo with the returning Arsenal woman player Rafael Sousa, who had captained Brazil to the Copa America Feminina title this summer. Little details, yes, but they all contribute to a wider impact, of course. We all know about his standards on the field, people. You know, everything we wish Lacazette was. It has an indication of his stylistic differences between the two players. And 104, then Laka took in his last 4 starts combined 93 last season because Lacazette never wasn't mobile enough. Jesus has also challenged for more duels and won more of those duels in 2 games for Arsenal than Lacazette did in his final 5 starts for the club. I'm not a robot that stays put. I move around and I want to fight. I want to compete. I hear that. I hear that. I mean, that's all him in Brazil. That's great. There was a heat map, people. There's actually a very good heat map. Is it not even loading, is it? Don't know why it's not loading. Oh, here it is. The heat map against Lacazette's in the same fixture. This is Jesus. This is Laka. Again, you're not in the box. You don't get the box, you don't score. Then this tells you you're overcompensated. Lacazette loves being part of the build-up play, but he doesn't have the mobility or the athleticism to get into the box. So you can't ask questions. Where Jesus, he's not really gone past the halfway line unless he's needed to. He's dropped deep when he's needed to. He's worked wide areas. He's played neat 1-2s in and around the area. And then things there. Look at Lacazette's thing. That's dead. Mad dead. We was in the gutter. Very much in the gutter. Very much in the gutter. So, yeah, that's wavy stuff still, really, if I'm honest with you. What's this? Is there anything new here? Or can I close this tab? This is the same old-ish, ain't it, people? Apart from the gaffer doing his press conference, there isn't really much there. So, in relation to transfer news, it appears that is that. 227 likes. Keep going, folks. It appears that is that. Let's make a timestamp as well. 1, 3, 6, 3. A small bit off topic, but just qualified as a primary teacher this summer. Hey, big up yourself, my guy, man. Shout out to you. The way Arteta speaks to his players in the dressing room is extremely teacher-like. The same, I can't even say that word, but the same things you learned at uni. I heard that. Oh, wow. I don't know about that. Laka has the same heat map as Partey. DG score predictions on Saturday. 3-1 Arsenal. I think it's going to be a tricky game. I think we could drop points. Jesus is good at making those constant innocuous fouls. I love it. Patino, better talent than Smith Rowe will show in 1-2 years. I hope so. Brazil looking dangerous for the World Cup. Dig, these journalists are shameless. Soler would be a baller. Get Soler calm with that. Hopefully Norton, Coffey, Cedric replacement. If he can get up to speed technically and off the ball, then why not? I'm begging for Pedro Neto. DG, bless up, bro. Arsenal need to win 19 games non-stop. Remember, nothing is impossible. Manners, Gunners. I hope so. DG with a deadly faith. Therefore, roll into the shows. See that obvious? Unless we get an 8 in competition for Saka, we'll end up with more of the same for me. Yeah, there's a motive still, man. You lot are killing me, man. On the right-hand side, Tomiyasu White, Saliba. On the left, Tierney, Gabriel Zinchenko. Need one more for each side. Respect holding services, but he ain't that guy. Left-sided centre-back and another right-back needed maybe for depth. Xhaka really turned it around at the club. Have to respect it. Whose contract extension is more important, Saka or Saliba? Both, bro. They're 2 assets, bro. You know, it's 2 assets. It's like if you could imagine if Henry and Vieira's contracts were running down, you're going to say Henry's more important or Vieira's? Both need to get that done, bro. Both need to be done immediately. What else are we saying, people? Aubameyang is still quality and will punish clinical. And we're looking at someone else's comment. Aubameyang is still clinical and will punish us if he gets the chance. Yeah, we saw it with Fofana. He didn't know when to push or stay. And what I mean by that, I hope the likes of Lokonga, Saliba have a leadership trait inside them. But Sambi knows until he's consistently outperforming Xhaka, he can't be in his ear respectfully. It's true. I think Jesus will become Arsenal's captain in coming season. He's got a shout. I don't really like strikers having it, but that's just my bias, man. Obama is still a good striker, but he already lost some pace. We'll have to see. Neto is the answer. Jesus, man, what a player we got. About time, man. You know, about time. About time we got a half decent player. Let's get into the preview for Bournemouth, people. Now, obviously, we're Arsenal. Yeah, AFCB Arsenal preview. As I was saying, now it's great that we won 2 games, but they're gone now. Palace, let's take the good and the bad and work on it. The same goes for the Leicester game. Bournemouth, again, they just got smacked up 4-0. Now, obviously, put yourself in Bournemouth player shoes. You can kind of accept that with City. You're going to look at Arsenal and say, yeah, Arsenal, big club, great players and that, but they're a bunch of kids. We can assert ourselves a bit more. We can get back. You know, they normally provide us with some tricky games there. And obviously, I expect the 12th man to make a scene. Obviously, Bournemouth's ground is kind of run down. It's very close to the pitch. It's very congested. And the 12th man are going to make noise. They're going to try and intimidate us, kind of like what you saw with Leicester. So we're going to need to shut up the 12th man. Everyone's playing for their shirts in every game. Everyone who got to play in the last 2 games, you've deserved that. Don't lose it, really. I do. A part of me thinks we might drop points. You know, I don't know why. I said that when we looked at our fixture list, but I hope that's not the case. We need to take full advantage of this August period, people. It's long because it's not going to get any easier, really, really and truly. Like, it really isn't. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, really and truly. Whether they play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, we need to be up for it, man. We need a reaction. I do think we should stay with the same team versus rotation, people. When you look at it from a statistical point of view, Bournemouth have won only one of their last 10 Premier League games against Arsenal. You have to go back to 2018, where Jordan Ibe and Wilson scored. Arsenal have won 9 of their 12 matches against Bournemouth in all comps. Bournemouth are unbeaten in 11 home league games, winning the last 3 without conceding. Whether that's Bournemouth or City, that's very impressive. Arsenal are looking to win all of their opening 3 Premier League games in the campaign for the first time since 04-05. Meanwhile, the Gunners could also win their first 2 away league games without conceding a goal for the first time since 93-94. Arsenal have named the same 11 in both of their opening 2 Premier League games so far this season. The last time they did so was in their opening 3 fixtures, was in their last title-winning campaign in 03-04. Hopefully, that's a good omen. You know, the ones there, people. Or maybe Arteta knows something that we don't. But on a serious note, yeah, man, I think it is going to be a bit of a different game. I'm not going to lie. Just because we're away from home, we're playing the Championship side. If Tomiyasu's fit, I would take Ben White out for him, purely because the first and second balls, Tomiyasu is evidently better defensively than Ben White. No disrespect. But he's better in terms of the air. And naturally, if you try to pop it over someone's head and you know they're good in the air, you're going to stop doing that if you're intelligent, aren't you? And try something else. And I just think the way Tomiyasu is a bit more narrow, I think that gives me a bit more confidence. It's like I would put Tierney in if I could, but I'd go Tomiyasu, be narrow off the ball. Zinchenko flying to midfield. Xhaka, do what you're doing. Saka, do what you're doing. Odegaard, do what you're doing. Jesus, Martinelli, you know what needs to be done, really and truly. I just think defensively, we've got to be up for it. Obviously, it's a bit of a homecoming for Ramsdale. He's got history with Bournemouth, ain't he, people? I think he actually had some comments as well in this. He said, I can't wait to play at the Vitality again. I had an unbelievable attachment to the fans and still do. I came back to a game last season and I had pictures galore, people saying hello, and my mum and dad still come down and watch the games every now and again. So it's the Ramsdale derby, but forget all of that, my guy. I don't care about none of that. You need to want to go and win. Simple as that. Why is it not showing me on paper what Scott Parker said? I don't want to see his videos because we can't play that on YouTube. Fair enough. But yeah, man, we're going to need to stand up to be counted in relation to the team. One sec, people. AFC Bournemouth. You know, obviously they beat Villa on the opening day of the season. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal, but my heart is somewhat saying 1-1. You know, I want to be wrong. They beat Villa 2-0. Then they obviously got smacked 4-0 away from home. Sorry, they didn't play at home in the last game. They got smacked against City, and they're going to want a reaction against us, really. What did they play against City? Oh, they got Jefferson Lerma. He's someone we could get sent off. He's going to get a yellow. They played a back 3 against City. And then against Villa, what'd they do? Played a back 3 against them. So, yeah, if we put them players out, let me share my screen. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, you lot can see that. And then you lot can see what's in front of me. Let's just... What colour should they be? Let's just make them black. Keeper. In fact, you know what? Keeper. They had Meppen there. They had Lloyd there. So again, it's a low block, and I wouldn't say we were exactly great at breaking down low blocks. They got Smith, the fullback, ex-Spurs twat there. Again, you know what you're going to get. They're going to try and be compact. They're going to try and ride off the energy levels of the crowd. They're going to double down on what they're better than us at, off the ball, or try to be. On the ball, they're going to give and take, really. And they're probably looking at it like, forget these guys. They're just naive young players. There's enough. If I'm Bournemouth, I'll be real. There's enough encouragement from Leicester and from Palace, for all as good as Arsenal have, to make me believe I can get a result or I can get something. The worst thing we could do is concede. Obviously it invites pressure for Bournemouth, but breaking down low blocks on the worst of days is a trouble, people. Much less when they've evidently got the lead. So that needs to be avoided, people. They've obviously got Solanke and whatnot. You probably will at times see things like this: 11 men behind the ball, 11 men in their own half, sort of thing. They've got their two guys in Tavernier and Solanke slightly behind more based on that. So we're going to need to break that down. Let's really exaggerate it just to paint a better picture. Let's really exaggerate the compactness as well. It's obviously not to scale, but let's really exaggerate that. Probably get something like that. And then just 5 in midfield. You lot will be much more compact and closer together. And we've got to be able to break this down. Got to be able to break that shape down, people. Obviously, he might be more expansive. He might be less expansive. But you've got to be able to break down that low block, people, which is why, my team would be obviously Ramsdale if Tomiyasu is fit, just because I want Tomiyasu to go inside. I think when you've got Tomiyasu, when you've got Partey taking up that 6, I want Zinchenko to fly forward if he does play. Tini could provide a direct threat, but I think I want Zinchenko and Tomiyasu going inside. I want ODEGAARD link-up play. I want Saka to kind of hug the half space. Martinelli to be a bit ferocious in that regards as well. So that's why I'd probably go with Tomiyasu. But yeah, man, if I had to do my 11, I'll label them in a bit. I'm not going to be kind and label Bournemouth because Arsenal privileges and that. But nonetheless, it's kind of self-explanatory, and I've kind of alluded to it already slyly. If I'm honest, you'll probably see a game where it probably will be something like this. You'll have our midfielders involved, Partey probably slightly here, Xhaka linking up with people. Obviously, you'd have your wingers and things like that. Your fullbacks need no introduction. As I said, Tomiyasu, the half space, Zinchenko going into midfield. And then, as we're accustomed to seeing in the last 2 games, high line, centre halves just patrolling. We've got to be able to break that down, people. We've got to be able to break that down. So breaking down low blocks is a part as to why our season didn't bang. If you somewhat defend well against us or hold your shape, we will struggle. We shouldn't panic in the game. Don't panic. Be patient. But nonetheless, you get the point. So, yeah, for me, I think it's very self-explanatory. It's Ram Dizzy in there. It's, if Tierney's fit, it could be that. But, if they're more direct threat, why not? But I think it's a Zinchenko thing for this game in particular. Tomiyasu, I'm sorry, Ben White, you don't deserve to be dropped. And if you play, it's not that deep. But I would just from what I want to see, he comes back in. Gabriel obviously picks himself. Granite, what they're playing a low block. So I wouldn't mind those venturing runs forward, man, that you've been doing in the last couple of games for us. Thomas Partey is obviously in there. Martin Odegaard for me is in there. Martinelli don't deserve to be dropped. It's your spot to lose. Saka first goal of the campaign, official goal of the campaign this weekend, inshallah. So it's pretty self-explanatory. That's what I'm rolling with against them and their people, if I'm completely honest with you guys, people. So yeah, that's that, man. We just got to be on job, really. And what is this saying in terms of predictions? We may have only lost once to the Cherries in 10 previous top flight meetings, but Scott Parker's side will be full of confidence after gaining promotion last term via a second place finish in the Championship and beating Aston Villa on the opening weekend to extend their unbeaten home run to 11 games. They lost 4-0 to City. It is what it is. They probably expected a drumming City, a quality side, didn't it, people? It is what it is. Obviously, he's brought in some players, people. He's brought in Marco Sensei from Feyenoord. He's brought in Marcus Tavernier, England international. Experienced Neto, Rothwell, Ryan Fedrick. Scott Parker has said, I seriously see them as a team that are going to be right up there this year after what Mikel's done in a short space of time at Arsenal and how that improvements happen. The progression they've made in terms of signings this year has only enhanced and improved them even more. Another year under Mikel as well can only be beneficial. We've got a big challenge ahead of us at the weekend, a technical team, a positional team that have huge quality all over the pitch. And again, that right-hand side in particular, in fact, the left-hand side as well, let's do a thing. Hopefully you're involved. Apparently Dominic Solanke missed the City game and Parker admits his touch and goal. Fredericks and Rothwell will definitely miss out. Big up Davy Brooks, man. You know, he's some way off fitness, but man defeated cancer, bro. That's a real big look for him. Arteta has named the same 11 in our opening 2 games, people. Last time we did that was in 03-04. Bournemouth have had fewer shots than any other side in the division so far this season, only 10. Nottingham Forest have had, Nottingham Forest with 42 have faced more than the Cherries so far. Martinelli's been involved in 6 games in his previous 6 Premier League starts, 3 goals, 3 assists. A goal in this game would make him the second youngest player to score in each of our first 3 Premier League games after Reyes, RIP. Moore has scored in each of his last 3 home league games, twice in his English career as he happened. And again, he's a bit of a throwback forward. Be easy. We've seen him play for Wales. He's going to be an issue in the air. We have won 9 of our 12 matches against Bournemouth. We could win our first 2 away league games without conceding a goal for the first time since 93-94. They've only won 1 of their last 10 Premier League games against us, drawing 2 and losing 7. Last time they won was in 2018. So if I'm Scott Parker, I'm praying on that and say this is a new beginning. Craig Pawson, so there's going to be a penalty within this without a doubt, people. So that's something we're going to have to bear in mind. Please have Mikel Arteta's press conference. We're going to have to do that next time, aren't we, people? But in relation to that is that, people, like in relation to the preview. So, yeah, man, let me see what you lot are saying. In fact, let's look on the Twitter account of Bino as well. Let's see if there's anything of interest for us. Shout out the Twitter account of Bino. What else has been said? Only Man City have allowed fewer shots on target against them so far than Arsenal. Arsenal have scored in all 12 matches against Bournemouth in all comps. Arsenal have won the highest percentage of 50-50 duels of any team in the Premier League so far this season at 55. Jesus has scored in 2 of his last 3 Premier League starts against Bournemouth. Arsenal have opened the scoring in the first 10 minutes in 3 of their last 4 games in all comps against Bournemouth. So it should be a high scoring game, really and truly. And for us, you know, for them, there's negative statistics. For us, you know, we have kept just 1 clean sheet in our last 12 Premier League matches. We haven't won 3 games on the spin in a hot second at the opening point. We haven't won 2 opening games away from home in a hot second. So this is positive statistics to be part of. Same way when things have been going wrong and were going wrong, you saw some serious negative statistics during Arteta's time at Arsenal, as well as positive. So this should be in the back of people's mind. And for me, it's these 9 points in particular, because obviously the context is and the fixtures are different, but we all remember the first 3 games last season. Take advantage, because once it gets to September, it's brazy. We will drop points. We are not going to win every game for 38 games, you know, so give yourself a certain grounding to fall on, you know. Same way, I don't know if, you know, we can't talk to Liverpool, but Liverpool have dropped points in their last 2 games. Spurs have taken 4 points after drawing against Chelsea. Chelsea, the same logic. You know, United have been losing. We have won our first 2. I don't know what's said when these other teams have more success than us, but again, mistakes happen, but it's all about giving yourself a room for failure. You know, everything's not possible and we can't go back in time. But had we have held on to the lead against Man City, Man United away, Everton away, Crystal Palace at home, we would have been in the top 4, regardless of what happened at the end of the season. So you get the point. Every point is vital. This is a marathon as well, people, as you've got to remember. So I'm going with my heart. My heart is saying 3-1. I do think it's going to be a nervous one. I do think we might potentially drop points. And again, you know, they've got a strong home record, but they're there to be broken, innit? So let's see. It should be an entertaining game. So yeah, big up you lot, man. Oh, I didn't even see a super chat, man. Big up, man, with the graphics. Ryan, appreciate that, man. I'm trying the thing. Xhaka plays better with Zinchenko. I don't know about that, but because Xhaka played quite well with Tierney. If we play like we did in the first 2 games, we'll hammer Bournemouth. Pressing front to front is the way forward. I mean, we got to enhance the good, but we've also got to focus on the meatiness as well. Let's just build on what we're doing, man. Yeah, Marquinhos isn't heading out on loan, allegedly. They parked the bus on Villa. Ramsdale might put 2 past his former club. I see you putting in work in the gym with the shoulders. Me? Work, gym? It's calm, man. It is what it is. I'm trying the thing, man. Trying the thing, man. It is what it is in that regards, man. What was I doing here? Going on Twitch because someone wants to be a weirdo. One sec, people. Why can't I find that username? Why is it frozen? Anyways, nonetheless. What else are you lot saying, folks? Smash the like button, people, and road to 50,000. Appreciate the sub. Big up Riley, so thanks on his behalf. What's good, DG? Ain't caught alive in a while. Hope you did well. Did you see Eddie G check Lokonga in the dock? Yeah, it was lit, man. It was lit still. It's needed, man. Proper needed. Proper needed, man. It is what it is in that regard. Nah, man. Gally D2. DG, how is the party situation? I don't know anything about that, man. The guy probably shouldn't be playing football. What is a Carlos Soler? Same way you typed it in that chat, you could go on Google, man. It's free. So, yeah, man. It is what it is, man. But, yeah, man, I think lunch is calling me, people. I'm not even going to cap to you. So, with that, you know, I'm going to end this live stream, man. It's been fantastic. The talking points, the transfer news, talking about all or nothing, talking about the kits, the new kit that just finally got delivered to me, the 3rd shirt, and everything else, man. It's been amazing, man. Obviously, Sunday I'll do a reaction or offer my thoughts in relation to Arsenal Bournemouth because I'm not doing a watch along. There'll definitely be 3 live streams from me on Sunday, to be fair with you, 2 watch alongs and a reaction. Later today, 4:30, Twitch gang, we're playing Football Manager again. So, yeah, man, it's been amazing being here with you lot. But, yeah, man, I need to go Turnpike Lane very quickly and I need to have some lunch and get back for this live stream. So, yeah, man, big up you lot. I hope you're doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Subscribe on the platforms if you haven't. Most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag. Defenders, I think, like